The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the policy or position of ONTV's management, staff, or board of directors.
Detroit basketball!
Hello and welcome into Views from the Sidelines. I'm your host, Joey Tysick, and alongside me is Malik Hill as I adjust my headphones because it's like really quiet. But as usual, we haven't been around in a couple weeks, as is adulthood for us.
Busy stuff.
So now we have even more stuff to recap this week. So we got to get into college football a little bit. We'll just go over the teams, our teams, because they're playing each other this week.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Lions, who are on a bye this week, which is kind of nice. Get a Sunday free to just not have to worry too much about games. And then we'll get into the NBA. The NBA already started, which feels crazy because
night 1 and 2 is passed.
Because college is starting next week.
I think 2 weeks.
2
November
weeks?
3rd is the first. Yeah, Monday, November 3rd.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
2
So
weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah. It's all coming.
Yeah.
It's all here.
And then we're in full swing all the time. But college football, big rivalry game, Michigan State. How are you feeling about those Wolverines? Let's start with them first.
Listen, man, I've had so many emotions over the past few weeks when it comes to Michigan. Several ups and downs. I saw them play live against Wisconsin at home. I wasn't impressed. Me and my friend left halfway through the third quarter. Kind of to save time and beat traffic also, but because they weren't playing very well. But they ended up winning that game in the end. Wasn't very impressed, like I said. Sharon Moore, I've had my doubts. I've had more doubts, and I've been getting afraid about him. But I'm trying to stay patient still. Next week, they go to USC. They get embarrassed in California.
Mm-hmm.
I fell asleep during the second half. I was kind of sick that night, so I watched the first half. I took some medicine, and I just kind of passed out.
Yeah,
and I woke up with 2 minutes left.
I
was like, oh, okay, they're getting blown out, huh? All right.
Just kind of remember texting you about that game because I was like, what is happening? And then you said you fell asleep, and so I understood.
Yeah, I woke. It went to halftime. I was like, okay, Justin Haynes might be hurt. That's not great.
Mm-hmm.
USC's moving the ball at will. That's not great. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Woke up. It was 31-13 with a couple minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I'm kind of happy. I didn't see it, so it is what it is. Yeah, it
wasn't great.
It was all around bad. They didn't get things going. Wink didn't do good calling stuff on defense. USC's offense is really good. They're fast paced. They air it out.
Yeah.
Jaden Maeva doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but they didn't get a lot of pressure. They couldn't make many plays on offense. It was just a rough game.
Yeah.
So they needed to bounce back, especially at 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
They were hoping to only have 2 losses going into the Ohio State game to at least have a shot at the playoff.
Right.
So this game against Washington last weekend was very, very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
And at halftime, they had a lot of the same issues. Stagnant offense. Defense has a lot of talent, obviously, but inconsistencies in the secondary. You got a lot of young players, a lot of injuries. Pass rush inconsistent. And they let Washington tie it going into the half, 7-7. A lot of Michigan fans were nervous. They thought they could lose control, and this could be kind of the end of the season, even though it's a lot of time left. But, a thing where you question Sharon a lot and maybe some firing things coming up.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was just great halftime adjustments, a halftime speech. I don't know, but kind of in the vein of the Harbaugh era, especially the Big Ten championship years.
Yeah.
They were a second half team a lot. And in the second half, they just came out and they played their best half of the season almost. The defense made plays. Cole Sullivan got an interception that kind of swung the game. They scored off of that. Jimmy Rolder, their starting middle linebacker, got another pick the next drive. They scored off of that. Bryce Underwood looked comfortable. Jordan Underwood. I mean, not Jordan Underwood. Jordan. Here Here I go again, forgetting names every single week, even to my own players. Jordan Marshall, backup running back for Michigan, started with Justin Haynes out. He had a really good game. He runs hard. He's patient. He has good vision. Not as doesn't have as much burst as Justice Haynes, but still a really good back.
Yeah.
They lost their left tackle, Evan Link, and redshirt freshman Blake Frazier came in. And the offensive line still played really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they blocked well. Bryce Underwood, like I said, was comfortable. Their top 2 tight ends were also out. And their 3 and 4 tight ends were able to get open within the system, made some catches. One of them, Zach Marshall, third-year guy, caught a touchdown pass. Everything just started working in the second half. And this is the concept of Michigan that all Michigan fans would like to see consistently.
Yeah.
They've shown signs, like from one quarter to the next. They'll show it, then it'll fall off. One half they'll look good, the other half they'll look bad. This is another half game, I guess, but it gives Michigan fans hope because everything came together for one half and they just completely shut out Washington.
Yeah.
Like Damon Williams came off a record-setting game against Rutgers the week before he played Michigan, and they were able to handle him. Like he's really fast. He's like a poor man's Kyler Murray kind of short, quick, accurate passer. And they kept him in the pocket. They didn't let him run around. They got sacks on him. They maintained pressure. The coverage was good on their pretty good receivers. Like all of their best qualities came out in the second half.
Yeah.
And it's a boost that they needed and the fan base needed. And really important going into Michigan State week. So I'm pretty pleased with what it is right now. I think most people don't realize this is the youngest team in the Big Ten. They're still Michigan and they're still extremely talented, but from a starting player standpoint, they're experienced guys that have kind of been put down. Like Andrew Marsh is Michigan's second best receiver right now behind Donovan McCulley, and he's even more explosive than Donovan McCulley. Like there's a bunch of young guys that are stepping up and showing confidence and playing hard and playing smart.
Yeah,
and it's the right time of the season for this to happen. So, I'm confident going into MSU week. Yeah, I'm confident.
Well, isn't that good for you? Man, Michigan State has been on the complete opposite spectrum, basically.
Yeah. Last time we were here, we said they needed certain wins to keep track.
They lost. They played pretty well against Nebraska.
They played well in spurts.
Right.
Like certain things worked and other things just fell off.
But even going into that game, that's even what we said. I just wanted to see signs. Their offense still looked good. Aiden Childs got banged up, threw a couple picks. That was a bad game for him, but the rest of the team did pretty solid. Again, losing by 11 is not too bad to Nebraska, so it made me feel all right.
But then,
first
of all, they had 11 o'clock kickoff Eastern time for the USC game. Yeah, absolute madness.
Thank you, Big Ten.
Yeah.
But they were at home against UCLA.
Yeah, you can excuse the USC game. You can, even though the defense was awful, and we know what the defense is now, but you can kind of excuse the USC game,
right?
And you brought up the Nebraska game too.
Yeah,
UCLA. Listen, that blonde-haired assistant coach at UCLA, Rick Neuheisel, and shouts out to Tim Skipper, the interim coach. Who a lot of people don't give credit.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I'll stop interrupting you.
Well, the only thing I was going to say, to be fair, the week before, UCLA coming off of a huge win against Penn State. They're already fired up.
Yeah.
Now they go on the road to Michigan State after beating Penn State. And Michigan State just got schlaxed.
Homecoming, home game. This is the game.
Jalen Berger revenge game.
This is the game for you to get back on track. And Tim Skipper, he asked everybody for UCLA on the way to East Lansing, are you a one-hit wonder?
Yeah.
And he made sure that stuck in their heads. And I don't think
not.
they're one-hit wonders. They've won 3 straight since.
They were not.
Yeah.
Michigan State started off with the lead. Aiden Childs ran one in, started 7-0. And it was close for a minute. And then it wasn't. And second and third quarter, they just blew them out.
28-0 run. Second and third quarter.
Michigan State just couldn't stop anybody. Like I said, Jalen Berger just ran all over them, caught some passes, and made UCLA just look unstoppable. And once again, was this a game where Aiden got concussed, or is it?
I think
last game?
I feel like Nebraska was where it started.
Okay, so they just pulled him
because he got pulled out in Nebraska and Alicio came in.
Yeah. Because he got pulled out against UCLA.
I think in back-to-back games, it happened back.
Because this is where I kind of stopped. I stopped watching, to be honest, and I haven't really watched much Michigan State since. 100% transparency. Only because I knew the Indiana game wasn't going to be anything. I think we're out and about that day anyway. But yeah, so they pulled Aiden. He just wasn't doing anything. Like he almost looked like last year's Aiden. Like just looked a little timid. Wasn't really going for things. Throwing incompletions, and I don't know. Like the offense just could not do anything. And that's concerning because that's what this team was doing well early on in the season. Was at least their offense was decent. And that's how they were winning some games or hanging in some games. And now they've struggled to do anything on offense. So then they go into Indiana, got blown out. No surprise. Indiana's 7-0, number 3 in the country. Like, they're having an outstanding season. Yeah. So we knew going into that game even that it wasn't anything to be expected. But again, like, the offense struggled mightily. Aiden was better, but they just couldn't finish drives, basically. And they're struggling all over the place. They're not able to run the ball basically at all, it feels like right now. After putting in so much to the offensive line this offseason, I don't know. I'm just back to doom and gloom of Michigan State, which just doesn't feel good. They're now 3-4. And those the games they were supposed to win, they've now lost. So now they get Michigan. Yes, they're at home. Yes, it's a rivalry game. Anything can happen, but it's just not a good time. 7:30 kickoff. It's going to be exciting. But just show me something, please. Like, this is Jonathan Smith's career is on the line right now.
Yeah.
I'll be blunt. So show me something. It is still a big turning point game for both teams. Like, whoever loses is going to be in shambles. If Michigan State is able to pull a win out of their butts, then they're kind of back on track. They got a chance. And if Michigan loses, they're in big trouble. At least for what they hope to do on the season. And yeah, so there's still a chance, but I'm not feeling good about it. Michigan's favored 14.5 right now. So if that tells you anything about the game, I don't know. How do you feel about the game itself?
I feel like this rivalry still means something.
Mm-hmm. I would hope so.
I don't think this is 2023. Where the gap between teams was so large that it was obvious from the jump that Michigan was just going to run away with it. I don't think it's that big. Michigan is clearly the better team.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, this is Jonathan Smith's this is his last chance.
Right. And
because it's his last chance, I feel like he's going to try harder than he ever has, which is also alarming that he's not trying hard every week.
Yeah.
Maybe he is. He seems like a more laid-back, like, chill guy, which who knows. But he has to put everything into this game. Every trick play, every, like, you can't go with the 4th and 1 toss sweeps on your side of the field anymore. Like,
open up your playbook.
You have to target Nick Marsh 20 times at least.
Yeah.
Your best players, you have to get them the ball in the most creative ways possible.
Yeah. Take shots. Just do it.
Yeah. On defense, whatever most creative blitzes you have to confuse Bryce Underwood. Mm-hmm. You have to try to do everything you can in your power to win this game.
Yeah.
Or at least make it close in the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I do think Michigan wins by 2 scores.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, we had a conversation before this game. I think if Michigan goes up by 2 scores early, it could get ugly.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, it's going to set in for MSU, like, what do we do at this point? Like,
Right.
Yeah, it might get bad at that point. But I think MSU could come out strong. I think they could come out. They're going to come out with some fire, I believe.
I hope so.
Now the talent doesn't back that up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a team that scored 31 on the road at USC. They scored 27 at Nebraska. They have the ability to move down the field. And Michigan has let teams move down the field. Like even though they've been good the past few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Outside, of course, the USC game that fell apart. But that Washington game, they showed a lot of being able to stop a more talented offense. My predicted score, before this I said 34-21. You know what? I'll stick with it. I'll stick with 34-21.
So you're picking State to cover.
Yeah. Either 34-21 or 31-17. Just straight up two scores either way.
Okay.
That would be 35-21, but just trying to be out there, thinking outside the box. So, yeah, maybe 31-17, maybe 34-35-21. I think MSU still has some sustained drives, but there will be times where either they can't stop Michigan, especially if Justin Haynes is playing. That's going to make it tough. And if Bryce Underwood gets in a rhythm in this game,
I'm also nervous.
Things could get a little spooky for MSU.
I'm also nervous that if Michigan decides to let Bryce Underwood uncork a little bit, that's a big problem because Michigan State's secondary is bad.
It can be Swiss cheese. It can be absolute Swiss cheese.
Now, we talked about it before that, Michigan doesn't have like some crazy weapons on the outside or anything like that.
Two real trustworthy receivers.
Right. But even still, it's still a concern.
Yeah. But yeah, once he starts hitting tight ends off of play action and the receivers start getting involved, that's when,
Right.
At that point, the run game is probably going.
Yeah. So it's a concern.
So it'll have to be a shootout if MSU wants to win.
Right.
They'll have to score over 30. And in that case, they'll have a chance to beat Michigan.
Yeah, they can't play slow and methodical against this team.
But I don't see many scenarios where, like I said, they could get super creative and just go all out and hit Nick Marsh constantly. But Wink Martindale, he's an experienced defensive coordinator.
Right.
Their offensive line isn't the best. Michigan's pass rush could get going quickly. I don't see many scenarios where MSU's offense is just high flying nonstop.
Yeah.
Even if you go all out. So
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Like I said, I hate to say that I'm in that doom and gloom mode, but I kind of.
I can't blame you.
I'm kind of already
I can't
there.
blame you. Yeah.
I have been unmotivated to watch their games, and I'll be watching this one because it is rivalry. But we'll see if I can hang till the second half. Hopefully there's some hope there.
I'm expecting it to be close for at least 2 quarters.
Yeah.
Like I said, if Michigan just somehow breaks out and their offense just takes off and their defense is on point, things could get spooky very early. But I expect MSU to come out with some fire, even with the talent disadvantage.
Right.
And Jonathan Smith could probably still outcoach Sharon more. I mean, Sharon still has several weaknesses.
I don't know. At this point,
I've seen Jonathan Smith do some things, even though it's not been at Michigan State.
It's kind of a toss-up.
I know.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. What was I gonna bring up? Oh, I was gonna bring up. Unfortunately, our boy took a loss.
Who? Which boy are we talking about?
Come on, you did this last time. You know which boy we're talking about.
I'm gonna forget. I've already forgot again, and I'm still Trinidad Chambliss.
Thank you.
Only took a few seconds this time.
He wasn't able.
He didn't play bad.
He wasn't able to pull out the full miracle though.
Georgia they locked in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
I mean, Ole Miss lost 35-43, and we only keep bringing this up because Trinidad Chambliss, it's been fun to watch a guy that was it Fair State?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair State All-American.
Won some championships.
Gunnar Stockton was lights out in that game also. Shouts out to him. I think he finally has the full respect of Georgia fans.
Yeah.
Because they were kind of taking him lightly. He balled out against Ole Miss.
Right. So that got Georgia back on track, but Ole Miss still 6-1. They've been having a good season. Any other things you wanted to mention about college football before we move on?
I just want to bring up the the teams that are having great seasons that nobody expected.
There's a lot of them. It's wild.
Everybody thought a different team would be this year's Indiana,
Yeah.
but Indiana is this year's Indiana, and they're rolling.
Yeah.
Fernando Mendoza is getting top 3 draft talks. Their whole team is just locked in.
Yeah.
And they got some big games coming up. Shouts out to Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Vanderbilt, still rolling. Beat LSU at home last week.
Mm-hmm.
Diego Pavia still cooking. They have a big game against Missouri this weekend, so that'll be really big. I'll be looking forward to that one.
Yep.
Shouts out to Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Virginia they've had like 2 or 3 good seasons in like the past 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia's had some hard times.
And they've gone on a run,
And
too.
yeah, they're 6-1. They had that big win against Florida State, which isn't that big anymore. 'Cause
Right.
Florida State hit another skid now.
Yeah. And then they followed up with a Louisville win, which is a solid win.
Yeah. And Louisville beat Miami, so
Mm-hmm.
a quality win.
Yeah.
They had a rough game against Washington State. They ended up winning in a very weird way, but they ended up winning.
Right.
And they go to North Carolina, who's a mess right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they should win at North Carolina.
Yeah.
And let me see. I'm going to give a team love that nobody's talking about. Cincinnati.
Okay.
They have one of like the best quarterbacks in college football right now, Brendan Sorsby,
Yeah.
former Indiana quarterback, funny enough.
Mm-hmm.
He's this is the second year at Cincinnati, transferred there. 18 touchdowns, 1 interception. 65% pass completion percentage. And they just been like rolling. Like
Yeah.
they beat Iowa State at home. They've been beating teams handily. Like it's been convincing.
Right.
I've been really impressed by what they've been doing. So shouts out to Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if I can think of one more team, like a smaller team.
I mean, USF is still up there.
The USF is still – the American Conference overall deserves love
Mm-hmm.
because the American Conference is still rolling. Memphis got upset by UAB this past weekend, which was wild.
Yeah.
Love college football and stuff like that. But, yeah, Navy still undefeated. USF,
Mm-hmm.
3-0 in conference, 6-1, ranked 18th. Tulane, 6-1, 3-0. Memphis, 6-1, 2-1. North Texas, 6-1, 2-1. Like,
Yeah.
they have at least 4 teams that are still, like, they're all fighting for that playoff spot.
Right.
For the group of 4 spot. So, yeah. And they've got other good teams like Temple. Temple made a big improvements. They're 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
And the team I told you to look out for this season, yeah, I bet you don't even remember. Not even close.
I don't.
Your favorite quarterback's alma mater.
I probably don't remember.
Who's your favorite NFL quarterback?
Oh, gosh. Who's my favorite NFL quarterback? I don't know. Are you trying to throw me into Joe Flacco?
Yes.
Okay, so you're talking about Delaware.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Delaware,
now I do remember you telling me about that,
Delaware.
man. Yes.
It's 4-3, 2-1 in the Conference USA.
Did I see that they played last night?
Yes, they played MTSU.
Because I was like,
last week we hit the stretch where there's football almost every day.
Yeah,
until,
because I was looking for the basketball games the other night, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, there's college football on, and then I realized it's Delaware versus whoever, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
But listen, 4-3, actually 2-2 in conference. 2 wins away from bowl eligibility, Joey. I told you to watch them.
Yeah.
You need to watch a little Nick Minacucci, their quarterback.
Okay, I'll try.
He's really good. Joe Silver, really good running back. Give him a watch.
Okay.
Yeah, especially now that they're close to bowl eligibility.
Mm.
Can you promise me? Just one?
You might have to remind me.
If I remind you to check in for like 5 minutes.
I'm going to say, where can I watch them? Are they going to be on?
They play on CBS Sports Network most times.
Okay.
And they play next Saturday on CBS Sports Network. So I'll remember to remind you.
Okay.
The Blue Hens. And the uniforms they wore last night were awesome too. They wore black and white uniforms. They were like their night. Yeah, it was really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, they're getting close, man. They're getting close. Joey's Blue Hens.
Oh, I don't know about that.
They're rising up in the ranks.
But cool to see.
Yes.
So speaking of Joe Flacco in the NFL, we kind of left off just before the Lions played the Bengals, who have been all over the place. The Bengals, basically after the Lions game, said, we're not starting Jake Browning anymore. They went and traded for Joe Flacco. He's now the Bengals. Anyway, Lions have been rolling for the most part. They did really well against the Bengals. And then they did have a little bit of a letdown against the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. It was at Arrowhead. A lot of people Didn't like the calls that were made. A lot of script writing scandals talked about. I don't know how I feel about all that stuff. It always feels weird when things happen that way because it does seem like it happens to the Lions a lot, and that things go towards the Chiefs a lot as well. But they just didn't play well enough. They lost 17-30. Offense just couldn't get anything going.
Unfortunately, they're helping the Chiefs get back on track, and it looks like the Chiefs are looking like
Right.
they're coming back in full force.
They had some like Amon-Ra had a key drop on a 4th down play that like just doesn't happen. And so it was just a weird game for the Lions. And again, it's a hard place to play on the road, even though the Chiefs were 2-4 going into the game, or 2-3 or something. The Chiefs were on the edge of falling out of contention even, and now it kind of got them back in. So it was kind of a do or die game for them. But it is what it is. It's the NFL. You're not going to win every week just because you're, in my opinion, the better team overall. But they went on to the next week, last Monday, playing the Buccaneers, beat up on the Bucs 24-9, did what they needed to do. Mike Evans got knocked out of the game early. So,
he
one
had
less
a
weapon.
crazy double combo of a concussion and a shoulder injury.
Yeah, broke his clavicle, actually.
That's real painful.
And so they only had to deal with Emeka Egbuka, which was kind of a surprise he even played. He had a hamstring injury, I think, going into the game. Was questionable all week, and they finally just said that he was good to go. And he didn't do a whole lot. I think he was still, not 100%, obviously. And then the Lions' run defense is really good. They were able to sack Baker 4 times, which has been great. And their whole secondary was out. Kirby Joseph was out. Brian Branch got suspended. That's the one key thing I forgot to mention about the Chiefs game. Terrion Arnold is on IR, so he's going to be out for a while. And so we had Amik Robertson, basically our best cornerback, and then a bunch of random guys.
You had Eric Hallett. You had Thomas Harper.
That's who I was trying to remember. And Nick Whiteside.
And Daniel Thomas, too, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Number 2 Daniel Thomas.
Yeah, probably. A bunch of nobodies.
Listen, Pontiac's own Nick Whiteside.
And
Saginaw Valley legend.
He had, I don't like the grading stuff, but he was the 3rd best cornerback in the NFL for that week or something.
They all played excellent football.
Yeah.
The tackling was on point. The coverage was on point.
Mm-hmm.
It was something else to watch.
Yeah. And then on top of it all, the superstar, Jahmyr Gibbs, just went crazy.
Yeah.
Ran for 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, also caught 3 passes for 82 yards, and just looked like nobody could stop him. He had some incredible between the tackles, spin moves. Obviously, he has his open field speed, but man, he looked good. And David Montgomery did not, which has kind of been a surprise. He hasn't been playing all that well overall.
It seems like he's not playing well, and there's a little bad luck.
Yeah,
he'll get an up the middle run, and as soon as he grabs the ball, there's 2 people in his face a lot.
right.
So yeah, he hasn't had a lot of room to run. I feel like it's still there. The Baltimore game was real.
Mm-hmm.
He played great against Baltimore.
Yeah,
but I think he'll still have his good games.
Maybe the plays he's getting in on are too obvious, I guess.
Could be.
Maybe they're not scheming him up well enough, but and then Amon-Ra had another good game, back to his normal self, got in the end zone, and the Lions just look good again. So it's been nice. They have a bye week now. The Lions are 2nd in Super Bowl odds, just behind the Chiefs actually now. So they're kind of back in the driver's seat of the NFC. Out of the bye, they're going to play the Vikings, but that's a home game. So that should be, I would think, an easy win.
Yeah.
Because
their quarterback situation is all types of.
Yeah. I'm assuming by then J.J. McCarthy is going to be starting, which is, I think it's a bad idea, but.
Yeah. Their schedule is getting hard now, and throwing him in,
Mm-hmm.
it's.
And then they do go on the road to the Commanders, which Commanders have been all over the place. Terry McLaurin's been hurt at times. Debo's been out.
Jaden Daniels has been hurt.
Jaden Daniels is going to be out this week. Mariota's been okay, but they've just been banged up. Not playing as good as they did last year, obviously. So that's another pretty easy game.
They play the NFC East the next 5 weeks with the Packers thrown in.
Yeah. They have Sunday Night Football against the Eagles at Philadelphia. That'll be tough.
It could be tough.
But
it could be tough, but it could also be like
they could smash the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Eagles' offensive line has not been nearly as good as it's been in the past.
Saquon has not breaking off any big runs.
And that's where the Lions are good. Their run defense is still solid. And by then, we should have more of our secondary back, so I wouldn't be as worried about Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown, if A.J. Brown's still on the team. There's been a lot of rumors swirling around.
He just came off a big game, so he's fine for now.
Don't buy any of it, but it's crazy. So, again, all of a sudden, the Lions are looking like they should be, again, in the driver's seat. Yeah. The big one, like you did kind of mention, though, it's going to be that Packers game because that will be the big one, especially if it comes down to like tiebreakers or something at the end of the season. The Packers are weird. They're 4-1-1. And to me, they just don't look that good, but they're winning games. And that, again, in the NFL, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And their defense is still solid, but their offense just looks broken. So I think the Lions can take advantage, but it's going to be interesting. Because the Lions, they're doing what happened last year, but in a different sense. Like last year was their front line, their defensive line that was hurt. This year it's been their secondary that's been banged up. But they're getting healthier on the defensive line. Aleem McNeil just came back, played limited snaps. I saw a stat that DJ Reader is the number 2 or number 3 or something in double teams for defensive tackles, which with Aleem coming back, he wouldn't be. So he should be able to get more pressure. So if you have Hutch, DJ Reader playing well, Aleem McNeil getting back to what he is, and then, Muhammad keeps playing as solid as he has been, this defensive line all of a sudden looks pretty good. Lions are also in rumors of a lot of trade talks. It sounds like the Dolphins are going to sell basically all their linemen. Bradley Chubb's available. Jalen Phillips is available. And who's the other one? I can't think of.
Getting Jalen Phillips would be really interesting because he's still really young.
Right now, he's been linked to the Lions.
Yeah.
Obviously, Trey Hendrickson is always going to be spoken about, but I don't think that's going to happen now that the Bengals have been playing better with Joe Flacco. But yeah, I think if they go out and do something at the trade deadline, they're right back in the driver's seat of where they could be, of being Super Bowl contenders. Yeah. And, that opening night game still mooring to look like, a fluke. How have you felt about the Lions so far?
I've been impressed for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially with the defense. Kelvin Shepherd, a lot of it is probably, like Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, he's one of the best head coaches in the NFL at this point. Like, his hands are on the offense and defense, and he controls how aggressive they are for the most part.
I think the biggest thing for him is the way that he gets guys to buy in to his system.
Whoever he plugs in, they're all ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's motivated and ready to go every week.
Right.
Besides whatever week 1 was, but those things happen in the NFL.
Yeah.
But you saw this week with the secondary guys, like a bunch of no-names and some guys that came from like the UFL and the USFL and are getting their chances now. And they play like sound, technical, very good football, barely any mistakes, and hold Tampa Bay to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Baker had 50 pass attempts and only completed 28. Great credit to Kelvin Shepherd, but also, like I said, Dan Campbell.
Right.
And the offense, I think the offense has been good to really good at moments.
Yeah.
But we know there's another level to this offense. Like J-Mo could be hit on more plays. He seems like more of a decoy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's opening up other things. And he made that post on Instagram of him like being bored recently.
Yeah.
He's that type of personality at receiver where that's going to happen every now and then.
Right.
But I'm sure he'll get his more touches as the season goes on. And like I said, I think David Montgomery will have some more good games.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Jahmyr Gibbs should have more touches because he's that explosive.
Yeah.
And he's only getting better and more comfortable in this league as he keeps playing. So, yeah, I feel good about the Lions right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you hope they go like 3-2 in the next 5
with
the NFC East and the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Or like yeah, so hopefully something like that.
Right. Yeah. Again, I'm pretty optimistic. I'm not going to go crazy with it, but they definitely should be able to continue winning. Like I said, I think Vikings should be a win. That's one.
The most likely losses are Eagles and Packers, maybe. But
Right.
but the Thanksgiving game is at home,
Mm-hmm.
and they usually play the Packers really well at home.
Yeah.
So
And
I
again,
think 4-1 is possible.
I'm feeling more confident about the Eagles. But yeah, the Packers is definitely a key one. But like you said, being at home, I think that
Yeah.
changes a lot of things.
Vikings at home, Giants at home, Packers at home, Cowboys at home.
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those games in Detroit.
Yeah. So their schedule isn't looking as scary as it once was, which is nice. And again, I think they're only a couple scary games left. They got to play at the Rams, at
Yeah.
the Eagles.
Their last 4, that is like a real tough stretch.
Yeah.
That's the reason why a lot of people think they could end up being like 10-7, because
Yeah.
coming out on the other side with 12 wins with this schedule is pretty special.
Yeah.
If they do it.
Yeah, because down the stretch after the Packers, they have Cowboys on a Thursday night, but that's at home,
Yeah.
so that should be okay.
Now their offense is kind of rolling, and they're gaining
they're
some steam. But
Really good.
Yeah.
Rams on the road.
Steelers at home, I'm not that afraid.
No,
Like, they're playing good football, but
Yeah,
you get some pressure on Aaron Rodgers, and yeah.
Yeah. Again, their home games, they've been so good at home. And then they've been really good at like primetime games.
Yeah.
So even though they're on the road to Minnesota, that's that Christmas Day game. Again, Minnesota's got to figure out a lot of things before I'm worried about
The Lions
them.
playing on Netflix just sounds so funny.
I
I just
know.
have to say that.
And again, I still think the last game of the season against the Bears, that's tough. Outdoors, probably snow.
Do you trust Caleb Williams in the snow?
I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah.
I flat out don't. And their O-line has gotten a lot better, and their run game looks good right now.
Right.
But I expect Caleb Williams to make at least one critical mistake in the snow.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
That's if it's snowing.
yeah. So again, feels good. Have a little break for the Lions this week. I don't have to worry about it. And then even coming out of the bye, we got the Vikings. That's kind of a step up before we get to the Eagles, which is going to be a big game once again. Like I said, that's Sunday Night Football, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm excited for it. The Lions just look good. Like they fill in the gaps wherever they need. And it's been exciting. So I'm still hoping though that they make a move. I want to show some commitment to wanting to keep improve this team, even though, they've been able to have guys just kind of fill in randomly. I still would like the team to just go out and at least like make offers, Doesn't have a deal, doesn't have to get done if they don't find the right one, but I would like to know that they are trying. I think that's always my biggest thing. Yeah. I don't know if there's any other NFL news that's like noteworthy. There've been a lot of injuries, which is kind of unfortunate.
There are a few coaches that could be gone.
Yeah, there's a
soon
lot of hot
because
seat.
The Jets are.
Oof.
I don't even know how to describe them. It's beyond bad and embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's rough in New York.
Which it kind of feels bad for Aaron Glenn because, he's a new head coach. Team is 0-7. Like, that's hard. You're in the New York market. He deserves more time, but will New York allow him to? I don't know. And then the Dolphins are in shambles.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel, when they're winning, he looks like cool, and his vibe
Mhm.
looks pretty fresh and new. But when they're losing, he just seems like obnoxious.
He looks
He
like
seems so obnoxious.
yeah. And then Tua,
Everything about
Tua has made
on
some
and
comments.
off the field.
Yeah. Tua has made some comments this year.
Guys aren't coming to team meetings. Guys aren't being held accountable. You're the quarterback, Tua.
You just threw 3
You're
picks.
yes.
To
You're the
Cleveland.
quarterback.
You just lost. You got blown out by the Cleveland Browns. The
And-
Dylan Gabriel Cleveland Browns.
And then afterwards, he apologized and said, "I need to mature and get better." You're in year 4,
Yeah.
and you need to mature. And
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah.
I've never really fully been in on Tua,
I was all in.
but
I was all in.
I never thought it would get this bad.
I don't think anybody could have seen this coming.
Because I haven't loved the Tua regime, didn't love the draft pick, but had a lot of pedigree coming out of college. But man, I thought he would have been more just stable for the team. I just don't think he would have ever pushed the team to do better things.
He's had 2 really good seasons, and then
but to be almost
the concussions and stuff, and there's been a drop off in his play.
Yeah, it hasn't been unfortunate. They lost Tyreek Hill to the season as well. Like things just aren't going their way, also. But he's not helping himself, unfortunately. So yeah, got a few hot seats.
And the Giants had one of the most embarrassing losses in league history.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. I was trying to erase it from my memory. Because it hurt my fantasy team.
33 points in the fourth quarter by Denver. 33.
And the
Giants went ahead with like less than a minute left, and they still lost.
They also gave up like, I think something like 18 points in the final like 6 minutes or something. Because
it was insane.
There was a stat out there that said like teams were like had been like 100% like. It was like some crazy stat, like 1 out of 1,000 teams or games where a team was leading 18 points with 5 minutes to go or 6 minutes or whatever had won those games. And the Giants defied all odds and lost the game.
And they had that game would have like raised the morale of that franchise so high.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackson Dart just has a thing to him. He has so much natural like composure in the pocket and mobility and arm strength and And Cam Scatterboo is a caveman in a football uniform.
Yeah,
he's just like throwing his head into people.
And things were
he plays longer than like 5 years.
The crazy thing is like things were just going their way. Like who was it that fumbled or like couldn't catch a ball?
They Wan'Dale Robinson.
Wan'Dale bobbled the ball.
He had it bounced off his chest and through his hands, and Theo Johnson caught it and took it like 20 yards for a touchdown.
It basically looked like a hook and ladder.
Yeah. It was everything was swinging their way.
And scored.
And then,
But then at the same time, their random kicker misses 2 extra points.
The Irish kicker.
Yeah.
Who I found out afterwards went through the program and has videos of hitting like 67 yarders in a dome. He has a strong leg.
They decide the other thing that I saw is Younghoe Koo was having problems with Atlanta, so they
signed Younghoe Koo.
They released him. They signed Younghoe
and
Koo.
They didn't play,
but decided to not elevate him from the practice squad for this guy.
Jude McAdamy. Listen, that Ireland sticker on his helmet looked nice, and he's got a powerful leg. But boy, oh boy,
that's the crazy part about kickers.
I hope he gets another chance. I feel bad for him. Yeah, I think he maybe could be a good kicker, but that was rough.
Kickers in the NFL are just one of the craziest things.
And he wasn't the reason they lost.
Yeah,
he wasn't, because they still just kept giving up drives. It's not all his fault.
It's just wild that you go from like Younghoe Koo at one point was the #1 kicker ever in percentage, and then
he was the Falcons' best player at one point.
He has one bad season, and now he's like 6th all time. And he's not even on a team.
The shelf life of a kicker is hard.
And then you got other people that are like Jake Bates who are working, a regular 9 to 5, get signed, and then just hit.
Brandon Aubrey was a soccer player,
right? Exactly.
And now he's kicking 66 yarders with ease.
But there's always that chance, like all of a sudden next year, Brandon Aubrey goes on this bad streak, and he's done.
It's like in baseball, pitchers get the yips.
Yeah.
Sometimes kickers get it, and it's over.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm always questioning. Tucker. Well, and similar to the Giants too, like. I question why didn't they go for a veteran kicker like Younghoe Koo, but then they go for this, kind of random guy. Yeah. But like it's such a toss-up because again, like I just said, Jake Bates has been phenomenal, whereas the Lions were kind of running through some, like Michael Badgley, and he wasn't very good. He was a veteran kicker. But then sometimes veteran kickers come back to the league and they play. It's so confusing.
The psychology of a kicker, there needs to be a documentary on the psyche of kickers because it's something most people, even other football players, just don't understand.
Right.
Like, this is your one job. Why are you missing kicks?
Yeah.
Answer those questions for us. Let's get the Kicker Netflix series.
Kicker. That would be fun.
Let's do it. I'm in.
That'd be fun.
And include Jude McAdamy. I need the full story.
Oh, geez.
As a like little extra. I just want to get his story.
Do like Brandon Aubrey, Jude McAdamy.
Include Jake Bates. Yeah.
Jake Bates. And
who's the
need
best?
Like one other like just veteran kicker.
And then a veteran guy that's been around for a long time.
Who's out there right now that's been around for a long time? Normally you would say Justin Tucker, but that's a bad idea.
Matt
Prater maybe?
Graham Gano has been on several teams. Who's one kicker that's been the dude for the Steelers?
Boswell.
Yeah, get Boswell.
That's pretty good.
He's been a kicker for like 7 years, and he's like still like elite.
Yeah. I just feel like Prater might have a little more personality.
It would have been like Tucker, but
I think that's the other problem is kickers.
It would have been Tucker.
Kickers might not have a good personality. That may be the problem.
Hey, let's feed into it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Just make it as awkward as possible.
Let's get kicker.
Oh, jeez. Netflix, let us know.
Yes.
Anyway, so the NFL has been fun. It's been crazy. But yeah, things are all over the place right now. So we'll hopefully talk about that more in the future. But the NBA, started.
Do we just have time to talk about the Pistons? Really, I feel
we got 15 minutes, so we can
all
kind of talk about a few things. The first thing I wanted to talk about, because it's my childhood, NBA on NBC.
See, I'm jealous.
Congrats.
I'm extremely jealous. I was born in '96.
Yeah.
One of my first memories of basketball is like seeing Bulls and Jazz on the TV. But I don't know how old I was.
Yeah.
I might have been like 3. I don't know. But that was 1999, so it wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Maybe it was like on like a classic thing on TV.
Yeah. And it's not like I have a ton of memories. I was born in '92. And I mean, I'd been watching basketball basically sitting in my dad's lap since forever.
You have a memory of the tail end of the Bulls dynasty, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, I was such a young kid. I wasn't like crazy into basketball, like watching every game back then. But
I wasn't either.
I just remember like I would sit at like my grandparents' house, like in like one of the front rooms and watch Pistons games and things like that here and there. And I just remember basketball always being on. But even more so, like I always kind of geared towards video games when I was a kid. But like there was like NBC NBA Showtime on the N64 that I used to play. And so it's like the same presentation style as it. And I know like the intro and things like that. And it just brings back that like nostalgia. And for them to do such a good job on their first opening night on Tuesday was just awesome. The picture quality too, like everything looked 4K and it just looked really, really crisp. Whereas if you watch ESPN these days, maybe I'm in the tech business, broadcasting business too, that it makes it worse. But like ESPN sometimes like their stuff looks blurry. And I'm like, this doesn't look that
NBC
great.
looked and sounded fresh.
Yeah.
Like it looked like a fresh product.
They had pregame show. I got to see player intros and the national anthem, which you don't see anymore.
That was more of an opening night thing, the whole national anthem part. But
but even like
the player intros thing was cool.
I would hope they continue to at least do player intros.
Yeah.
Because that was cool. We got to see the video boards of their in-house opening night videos and things. Like I hope they do more of that stuff. The commentary was good. I guess following Twitter, people don't like Reggie Miller. I don't mind Reggie.
I don't mind Reggie either. People have been annoyed by him on TNT.
I know
Chris Webber was like the villain of most people.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie is like right under Chris Webber.
Yeah, and I know he goes on some tangents sometimes, but
he's very dramatic about things that aren't that dramatic at times.
But I do agree. Like NBC did a lot of little things right. They had little animations on the scoreboard. I think that's a little cheesy, but people like it. It keeps you more engaged. Their scoreboard was better than Fox's stupid NFL scoreboard. I can't stand it. But it's better than that. And then, just little things like the commentary was good. I love Mike Tirico. I think he's just
hearing his voice on basketball is really cool.
Yeah,
really
we haven't heard it in so long, but he does such a good job. Being able to see more of Jamal Crawford is awesome.
Seeing Carmelo, Vince Carter, and T-Mac together.
Yeah.
Like, it was really cool. Pre-game and halftime. So,
right. Yeah. Those three guys alone are in, like, all three of them are basically
Hall of Fame small
top
forwards.
10.
Yeah.
Top 10 of my favorite players, though, growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo's up there. Vince Carter's my number one, right with Dirk. And then Tracy McGrady's always right there. So that was really cool to see. And then, I just love the presentation. I thought it was a fun thing. I hope they continue to keep their production level up. Seeing Michael Jordan back was funny.
It's hilarious that they're going to chop one interview all throughout the season.
Yeah.
But it is cool seeing them talk to Michael Jordan. And
I'm not that, like, I know people were upset about it because they thought they were going to get, like, actual analysis from Michael.
I knew he wasn't going to do, like, analysis on every game.
That's kind of what I thought, too.
They said he was going to contribute. They didn't say he was going to be an analyst.
I was like, there's no way they're getting Michael Jordan to, like,
Absolutely not.
do stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just it. The dude is a billionaire. He doesn't need.
He doesn't
to,
care about basketball
No.
for real anymore.
No,
He's
Well,
more into NASCAR and like
yeah. He's at like
Yeah.
every NASCAR race. He loves the game of basketball, but he doesn't care to like watch.
the
I'm
competitive like part is gone.
sure.
So
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not out on the court, so he doesn't need to worry about it.
mhm.
But yeah, so it was fun in general. But then last night, ESPN games kicked off. We got to see Victor Wembanyama.
Seeing the NBA Inside Crew on ESPN,
Was weird.
it wasn't weird for me because
No.
they were just the same. I mean, seeing
Yeah,
them on
they-
ESPN was different.
They made all their
But
logos
you-
look basically the same.
I watched the most of it and like it was the same.
Hmm.
And they were like pushing it like almost to be like ESPN, like we're doing this.
Right.
And it was really funny the way they started it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
NBA Inside on ESPN.
I didn't watch I didn't catch the beginnings of it. But I watched the game. The game was fine. No problems with it. Victor Wembanyama, though, we do have to talk about that for a minute, and we'll get into the Pistons right after. But
Can we mention the Rockets Thunder game first?
okay, go for
Just
it.
'cause-
Now we're starting to run out of time.
Okay, Alperen Şengün, one of my favorite guys. He was
Man.
lights out. He's taking
Yeah.
another step.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking hezzy pulls. His 3-pointer looked confident. Jabari Smith is taking a step. I liked how they looked.
The
They still
Rockets
need-
started 4 guys over 6'10".
Yeah, they'll
which
still
is
need
wild.
guard help, but that could come on later.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the Thunder won. But yeah, on to Wemby.
I don't have words realistically, and
It's hard to.
that's where most people are right now.
Yeah.
But 40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks, I believe.
He was-
70% field goal shooting.
Yeah.
No turnovers. That's never happened before. All those stats. 7'5".
He
Looking
looked
like a guard.
He looked like an adult playing with kids.
Yeah.
That's basically what it looked like.
And the only comparison that I keep bringing up is he looks like it's like Kevin Durant. Like when Kevin Durant first came out, you're like, this dude's basically 7 foot, and he's playing like he is.
This is kind of what he looked like at Texas
Right.
because it was so everything he did was so easy and nobody could stop it.
Yeah.
He averaged like 26 a game at Texas,
Mhm.
and it was like this guy's he's going to be unstoppable in the NBA.
Right.
Now when he got to the league, he had to adjust,
Mhm.
and yeah.
Yeah, and the league has grown where it's a little tougher.
Mm.
But Victor is 6 inches taller. He's got an 8-foot wingspan. And he just worked with Hakeem Olajuwon in the offseason.
Not only Hakeem Olajuwon,
Oh, and he also went on some monk
he went to
training.
the mountain with monks.
Yeah,
He trained with Kevin Garnett.
yeah. Last year, he fell into the trap of like shooting maybe a little too many threes.
Yeah.
He's a great shooter. He can shoot it. But last night, he didn't really take any
He
threes.
only shot like 4 threes, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And he was just hyper efficient, crossing up guys, reverse jams, mid range pull ups.
his footwork in the free throw line post area, like
Mhm.
I-
That's where I said I
man.
can only imagine like Hakeem just like grinning ear to ear because like
he didn't even hit a dream shake last night, but
No.
every move was
mhm,
like purposeful and
mhm.
immediate and just led to easy shots.
Yeah. I just I don't understand it. Now the bigger picture is how far can the Spurs go with him, and that's going
They
to
can
depend
go-
on the supporting cast. But the supporting cast is still good. Like you said, De'Aaron Fox, not there yet, still coming off injury. Stephon Castle looks great as a 2 guard. Devin Vassell, if he can stay healthy, he's a knockdown
They still
shooter.
have Keldon Johnson. I'm surprised they haven't
And-
traded him yet. It's
Yeah.
wild to me that they still have this
Well,
young
he's-
core for the most
He's
part.
kind of become trying to think of comparison. Just one of those guys that is like,
He's
always on the
he's
trade
an
block.
old school Spurs role player.
but he's always on the trade block, but he
Yeah.
never gets traded.
Mhm.
It was kind of like what John Collins was for a little bit until he did finally move. But like they have guys that could be there. Dylan Harper in his rookie year, maybe he can do something. So yeah, the Spurs are scary.
Listen, everything is in his hands. Everything.
And there's the face of the league. We got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron James, sadly, starting to phase out of the game.
Yeah.
Or they will be in the next couple years.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the face right away. It's wild.
Yeah. And now moving on to another top 15 player. I figured I'd try my hand at transitions real
Okay,
quick.
I like it.
A
I don't
little,
mind
yeah,
it.
a little quick transition.
I
Kate
don't mind.
Cunningham,
Mm-hmm.
the Pistons. Horrible first half against the Bulls.
Yeah.
Absolutely bad.
Mm-hmm.
I compared it to the Lions' first game where they just looked lifeless.
Yeah.
There was no energy. Cade was playing hard, him and Duran, but then Duran got in foul trouble,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing was really working. There was no rhythm. But they fought back like the Pistons always do with this new era of the Pistons.
Yeah.
They never quit.
Right.
And they were in position to win.
Mm-hmm. Came back. Again, the only problem I have, well, there's a lot of problems, but anyway, the biggest problem
The
that
biggest
I had,
problem of last night.
but was also a big problem last year, is they cannot stop stretch bigs.
Specifically Nikola Vucevic.
Nikola Vucevic,
He is a Pistons killer.
he is just
Yes.
turning back the clock against
Yes.
this team, knocking down every shot,
He is comfortable. Him and Zach LaVine were just monsters against Detroit.
and it sucks because he's one of my guys. I love Vooch,
Yeah.
but to see him do that against the Pistons, like game in and game
Yeah.
out, it's
But
like,
they played at such a pace from the beginning.
Mhm.
They looked comfortable and confident from the jump, and the Pistons just didn't.
Yeah. And then, Pistons offseason acquisitions, Duncan Robinson, Karis LeVert,
Duncan was terrible.
And
We don't
neither-
even have to get into.
neither really showed much.
I think Karras showed a few things. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't go away. Karras stayed in the game,
Yeah.
dropped off a few nice assists. He was trying.
But it was a bad
Yeah.
start. Again, they did battle back, came up short. Ron Holland looked great off the bench.
His second half was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
His second half was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, it's early on in the season. I think the Bulls are going to be one of those teams that are, again,
They'll be feisty. They still probably won't be.
they're
great.
like a fringe playoff team,
They're
maybe.
between 35 and 40 wins. They're the Bulls.
Oh, right. Yeah. They are,
They're the
unfortunately.
Bulls.
So yeah, the Pistons, the biggest thing too is like Jaden Ivey having setbacks in his injury.
Ivy was out. Sasser was out. Yeah.
Yeah. So some other guys,
two guards that they need.
other guys are gonna have to step up. Duncan obviously has to be.
So I assume
knocked
Duncan
down.
wouldn't be starting if Jaden Ivey was there.
No.
Duncan will be coming off the bench with Karis LeVert.
Right. So hopefully they can figure that out. I don't know. Obviously, it's not a good start. They're gonna play. I don't know what their next game is, but I know next Monday they're playing against the Cavs on
Yeah.
Peacock. So that's,
Let me look real quick. I kind of thought the Cavs game was their second game.
Okay, so they might have a bit of time off.
Their next game. Oh,
feel like
they
they gotta play
play
one-
at the Rockets this Friday. So not an easy start.
Jesus.
Not a easy start.
At the Rockets is
Yes.
the Cavs are at home
Well,
though, right?
they play at the Rockets and then they play at home against the Celtics Sunday.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So don't start 0-4.
Although,
Don't start 0-4, please.
I mean, the Celtics don't have Jason Tatum, but
Yeah,
man,
after that, they got the Cavs and then the Magic.
the only thing that scares
yeah.
me, the thing that scares me about the Celtics is they still just fire threes like in a crazy clip.
Yeah. But look, Maxey and VJ Edgecombe beat them single-handedly last night,
Yeah.
which VJ Edgecombe is coming. He looks
Well,
like
we-
Anthony Albert's clone.
The difference is we have Cade. Who else do we have?
But
Somebody's got to step up.
But the point is, Boston's defense, they're big. Our
Yeah.
bigs are better than Boston. Barely has bigs.
Yeah.
And then they have like two
Yeah.
trustworthy guards. Like,
Right.
but yeah, Celtics, Cavs, Pistons, Magic, all at home after the first two games.
So pretty quickly,
at least they'll have some home games.
we're gonna have to figure out how this team is operating.
Yes.
So we'll follow up with that more. Again, we're pressed on time, unfortunately,
Mhm.
but it's exciting to see NBA basketball back. I'm actually excited for the season. There's a lot of cool storylines. So
a lot of guys coming out hooping. A lot of guys
Yeah.
coming out strong.
yeah, and we'll keep updating. But last thing with this last minute, big gambling sting has happened.
Listen, our intro music is associated
Yeah.
with a guy
yeah.
that is associated with the mafia. This isn't the Sopranos. This isn't The Godfather. This is real.
Arrested by FBI. Chauncey Billups was arrested on gambling allegations.
Mr. Big Shot.
Oh my god.
So also Terry Rozier was, but people
Yeah.
have kind of had the feeling he
Right.
was up
So
to since last
Chauncey
year.
has been the biggest
But yeah.
shock. Damian Jones, the other one.
Yeah, Damon Jones,
Yeah,
the random old average role player for the Cavs.
just weird. And they say there's more. They're
Cash Patel is doing post press conferences about Chauncey Billups.
they're still doing. There's still more probing going on, and there's specific teams that they're looking at. And it also
Yeah.
means that Malik Beasley is not out of the woods
Exactly.
yet. So there's going to be a lot more on that, but it is wild. People have already brought back the Portland Jail Blazers. So
Do you know
Oh,
who's
gosh.
stepping in as the interim for Chauncey?
No. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Tiago Splitter is coaching the Portland Trailblazers.
Wow.
How old are we, Joey? Tiago Splitter is coaching the Portland Trailblazers.
You know what's wild that you say that? And we're over time now, but when I watched the Spurs game last night, I saw Luke Cornett out there, and I'm like, is that Tiago Splitter playing for the Spurs? I'm like, no, this is 2025.
Yes.
That's Luke Cornett.
Yeah. Stephen A. Smith's favorite player.
But it just
is
made me
coaching
think about it.
the
So,
Portland Trailblazers.
wow.
That's where
So
we're
the
at.
NBA is about to get wild, and we'll keep updating you even more. But again, we ran out of time. We have too many things to hit on. So hopefully we'll try to get back on a little bit of a schedule. We'll see, and we'll do more updates as the season goes on. But this has been Views from the Sidelines, and we'll see you guys next time.